So in today's video, if you have got a check engine light in your Jeep Grand Cherokee and it's a P0456 code, I'm going to show you how to change the EVAP canister in these things. It's a quick, easy fix, so let's get into it. So in order to get this done, you're going to need a couple different tools here. You're going to need a 10mm socket, and then you're going to need some kind of a trim removal tool. There's a few different push pins that are used to hold the inner fender line around where this canister is located. So these make it a heck of a lot easier. If you don't have one of those, you could get away with a screwdriver. And then here is the actual part itself. So this is the replacement canister. So we'll go ahead and we'll open this up and you guys can take a look and see what's inside. So this here is the replacement canister, okay? Now something to keep in mind is that there's a little tab right here on this thing. When I get in there, it's gonna be a little tough for you to be able to see specifically what's going on, but this little thing needs to get depressed so we can twist and pull this piece out here. Now, more often than not, what happens is it's this O-ring or this little gasket that ends up failing on the system. Obviously, we're gonna replace the whole sensor here, but odds are this is probably the culprit. So let's get that inner fender well removed. All right, so like I was saying, there's 3 different kinds of fasteners that they use here, and they're all gonna be located up in this section here. I'll grab my other camera, I'm gonna punch in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about here. All right, so if we take a look in the fender well, we've got your typical style push pin here. This has gotta come out. Then we've got a 10mm socket here, or rather a 10mm bolt, that's gotta come out. So let's go and get those popped out. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one because it looks to be the most awkward of the bunch here. So to get this out, I got to wedge my push pin tool inside of this piece here. I'm gently going to pry out, and that's going to take out this inner piece. Okay? And then the outer section should pop right out just like that. And then the last one here is going to be the 10mm. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Let's get this one out. All right, and now what this is going to do is this is going to give us access to this inner liner here. Now, we are going to go ahead and we're just going to pop this inner liner out. And what we want is going to be located right about here. If we take a look in here, it might be a little tough to see, but this right here, this is the culprit. This is the thing that we've actually got to end up removing here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumb, I'm going to press the switch down, and I'm going to pop out the electrical connector. I'm going to remove this hose right here. And then that little sneaky tab that I was talking about, I've got to find where that's located. Usually it's hidden on the inner side here, right on the bottom. Again, very, very tough to see here, but it's there. I got to depress that, and then I got to twist this piece out. So I'm going to probably need both hands to do that. So give me 1 second. We'll check back in with you here. Okay, so guys, what I did is I used my trim removal tool to push in the tab on the bottom. You twist this thing, and then it pops right out just like that. Okay, so we're suspecting that this here is our culprit, all right? So another important thing to remember is there's a gasket in here too. We want to make sure we get that out. And this piece here, this is usually what ends up failing. So we're going to make sure we get that replaced as well. Okay, so here you can see we've got the old one and the new one side by side. Okay, so again, this one here has probably seen better days. This one looks to be in a lot better shape here. So you can also see the difference. This O-ring here, very, very deformed. This one here, brand new. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start by reinstalling the new O-ring into that spot right there, and then we're gonna reinstall the valve. All right, so what I've done, again, a little tough to see because I know it's dark in here, but what I was able to do is I just push that O-ring into place with my fingers. It seats in there really well. Gonna grab my new valve. I'm gonna twist it into place here. Now you'll feel this thing will drop in, and then it should lock into place here. Again, it's a little tough to see in here, so again, I gotta depress that little valve, twist it, and it's gonna lock into place for me here. There we go. And you will eventually get it seated in place here. Again, pushing that little bottom tab in helps. We're gonna push it in, twist it, and then it should lock into place for you, just like that. Excellent, okay. So now we're gonna pop that off, reinsert this hose here, plug our electrical connector back in right there. Bingo, done deal. And now all we got to do is reinsert this liner, put our push pins in, done deal. Folks, if you found the video helpful, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.